Case number 21S 932, people of the state of Michigan, or the city of Southfield versus Kristen Knight. Mrs. Knight, are you that person?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Appearances for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jasmine Ricky, a written counsel on behalf of Ms. Knight. We will stand mute to not a formal reading.
Matter Detective Wojciechowski, Southfield, please.
Stacy Dutcher, Pretrial Services.
Thank you, Mrs. Knight. Can you state your first and last name for the record?
Yes, Kristen Knight.
Thank you. And can you please provide your full mailing address, telephone number, and an email address if you have one available?
Yes, it is 17562 Mark Twain, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan 48235. My telephone is 248-252-9165. And my email address is Chrissy Knight, which is KRISSIE. My last name Knight, KNIGHT@gmail.com.
Thank you. And Counselor, did you say you wanted a formal reading?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll stand mute to not waive formal reading.
Okay. Mrs. Knight, you're before the court pursuant to a misdemeanor complaint and warrant where it is alleged that on December 7th, 2021 at 12:15 p.m. in the city of Southfield, that you did commit an assault or an assault and battery upon Christy Lynette Knight, your mother, a resident or former resident of his or her household. This offense, as I stated, is a misdemeanor. The maximum possible penalty for this offense is 93 days incarceration, up to 93 days incarceration, and or up to a $500 fine. Do you understand the charges against you, the maximum possible penalty?
Ma'am.
Okay. The court will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Your next court date is December 21st at 3:15 in the afternoon, and it will be before Judge Arvant. It will be via Zoom. So when you're released, you'll receive a notice to appear, and on the back of the notice to appear, it will have Judge Arvant's meeting ID. Use her meeting ID when logging into your hearing on the December 21st. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because you're before the court on a misdemeanor charge, you have several basic rights. You have the right to a trial, including a trial by jury when required by law. You have the right to the assistance of an attorney at all proceedings. You cannot afford to hire an attorney, and conviction of the charged offense could result in incarceration. The court will appoint a lawyer for you. Do you understand your rights, Ms. Knight?
Yes.
Do you intend to retain a lawyer? Do you intend to hire a lawyer, or do you need the court to appoint a lawyer for you?
I need the court to appoint a lawyer for me.
Okay, so I just need to ensure that you qualify for court-appointed counsel, so I need to ask you a few questions. Are you currently employed?
No, ma'am.
Okay, what is your marital status?
I am single.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I have.
You have one child?
Yes.
Okay, and do you pay child support for that child?
No.
Okay, do you rent, own, live with your parents, or pay room and board at your residence?
Rent.
And how much is your rent?
It is $550.
Okay, and taking all of your other monthly obligations like lights, gas, water, telephone, internet, cable, car note, car insurance, taking all of those and adding them up, how much do you pay out per month for additional expenses?
Close to about 2,000. far as for my car note insurance and everything.
Okay, based on the
Close to-
information you provided the court will appoint a lawyer to represent you. So prior to your next hearing, a lawyer will reach out to you to discuss your case and help you prepare for your hearing, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Detective, do you have anything to add with regard to bond?
Nothing additional, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dutcher, as to bond?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Stacy Dutcher, Pretrial Services, and you can hear me okay?
Yes.
I verified the personal information through her mother, who's the alleged victim, 28-year-old single female, has one 3-year-old son that she has joint custody of. For the past 5 years, has resided at the address she gave you, 17562 Mark Twain Street, Detroit, Michigan, 48235. Prior to that, lived with her mother at Everett Street, where the alleged incident took place. She lived there for about 10 years. Let's see, been unemployed for approximately 2 months. She has applied for unemployment, it's not receiving anything at this time. Did say she's starting a new job at United Wholesale Mortgage in Pontiac on January 3rd of 2022. She, while training, will make $16 an hour. She was working for Proctor Financial in Troy for about 4 months prior to being unemployed. Denied any use of illegal drugs or marijuana. Reported consuming alcohol about 3 times a year. Last drank on her birthday. Denied any mental or physical health issues. Let's see, the alleged victim is the defendant's mother, Kirsty Knight. The alleged incident took place at the alleged victim's home on 29249 Everett Street in Southfield. I did check Clemmis. I don't show there was any prior police contact between the defendant and the alleged victim. She's not on probation or parole. She has no wants or holds. There's no history of her ever failing to appear in court in the past. I would note that the family, her mother, is requesting the defendant have a mental health assessment. The family would also like her to follow through with all recommendations of that assessment. For those reasons stated on this report, pretrial services respectfully recommend the defendant be released on her own recognizance. I am asking for conditions of bond, which I'll ask that she participate in a mental health evaluation and follow through with all recommendations of that evaluation. That she not be allowed to possess firearm or dangerous weapons, no contact with her mother, Kirsty Knight, or the address located at 29249 Everett Street, Southfield, Michigan, 48076. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dutcher. Mrs. Rippey, as to bond?
Your Honor, this is Miss Knight's first time getting arrested. She's 28 years old, has a 3-year-old son. I guess in response to Mr. Dutcher's request for the mental health evaluation there, I have not heard any allegations that these charges stem from mental health issues or that Ms. Knight has a history of mental health issues. So I would request that the court not honor that. Your Honor, as the court already knows, the complaining witness is her mother. Ms. Knight informed me that 2 of her vehicles are still at her mother's house and that, she would request permission to be able to return to that address to pick up those vehicles being escorted by the police. I'm requesting, if possible, Your Honor, instead of a full no contact order, that you order a no negative contact between Ms. Knight and her mother. In addition, I'm requesting a personal bond as this is a misdemeanor. She will have gainful employment soon. She has a child, ties to the community.
Request that there be no assaultive contact with Mrs. Knight when she is the alleged victim. I just want to be clear.
Yeah, so no assault or no negative. One thing I did forget, Your Honor, the complaining witness is the defendant's landlord. So her mother owns the home that she lives in.
Court takes into consideration the allocation of counsel, Mr. Dutcher's pretrial services report. The court notes that Mrs. Knight has virtually no criminal history. She has some DWLS, a driving misdemeanors, but aside from the 2 driving misdemeanors, she has no prior criminal history. The most serious charge is not a felony. The defendant has no prior failure to appear history. And the defendant has ties to the community. She's a mother. She has a minor child that she has to take care of. That she's taking care of. And for those reasons, the court will set a personal recognizant bond in the amount of $500. What that means is that you'll be released today on your promise to reappear on December 21st. However, if you fail to reappear on December 21st via Zoom, you fail to attend your Zoom hearing, and you're subsequently taken into custody, you will not be released unless you post a minimum of a $500 bond. Ms. Knight, do you understand the bond the court has set for you?
Yes.
The court will add the following conditions. I understand that the alleged victim is not only Mrs. Knight's mother, but also landlord. So I will not order a complete no contact because I would be restricting the mother, Christy Knight's, ability to manage her property that she is the landlord of. And so I will not do that. At this time, I will say that Mrs. Knight may not have any assaultive contact with Christy Lynette Knight. She may not go to 29249 Everett. She may not possess a firearm or dangerous weapon. You may not possess or consume any alcohol at all in any amount, nor any other drug without a specific doctor's prescription during the pendency of this matter. And I'm going to order that you participate in a specified treatment for any physical or mental condition, including substance abuse. Do you understand the conditions the court has added to your bond? Mrs. Knight?
I have to go to therapy for substance abuse.
Well, I am ordering that you be evaluated,
there.
participate. I'm sorry?
I'll be there.
Okay. It's not for substance abuse. It's just a catch-all term that says including substance abuse. I do not think that, let me make it clear on the record, this is, there are no substance abuse issues presented, and there are no substance abuse concerns. So let me narrowly tailor that condition, that you participate in a specified treatment for any physical or mental condition. So, do you understand the conditions the court has added to your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Counsel, do you have anything further for the court on behalf of Mrs. Knight?
Your Honor, would she be allowed to return with the police to retrieve her vehicles?
Yes, I will add the additional condition that she's allowed to return to 29249 Everett one time to obtain her vehicles, and she must do so by police escort. So you'll have to go to the Southfield Police Department and arrange for them to follow you to the property, and then you you're able to, retrieve whatever you need to retrieve that one time. Is there
Thank
anything else,
you.
Counselor? You're welcome.
No,
Is
that's
there
it, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
You too. You're all
Thank
set. You have a great day, Miss Knight.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Your Honor.